Hi everyone, so I thought I'd do a nice calm, peaceful, serene sunset scene. So I'm thinking of the North Norfolk coast where you get lovely flat, big skies and lovely flats of water on the mud flats when the tide comes in. So I'm going to do a little bit of a sort of calming sort of sunset. This is 5 by 7 inches. It's my beginners series. I've got my Cotman palette. I'll pop a link in the description. Round number 10, round number 6 and a number 2 figure. So I use the same brushes every time. So we're going to go straight on, no drawing, with my round number 10, and I'm going to go halfway. So I'm going to take the water across. The paper is Saunders Waterford. It's cotton paper, so it gives me a little bit more time. I'm going to get a nice even sheen on. No puddles, coming over it twice, just so that I've got a nice even coat. First colour that I'm using is cadmium yellow, so I've dipped into my water and I'm going to dip into the yellow. Bring that through towards the bottom. We have a nice sort of graded sky. What I don't want is to make a green in the sky. So the way to tackle that is to come in with some sort of rose. So you can either do cadmium red or you can do permanent rose. I have got permanent rose here, which I absolutely love. So I'm going to bring some of that through and blend that through. So some of it's going to go a bit oranger, some of it's going to stay rosier. I'm going to get that nice graded colour. It's important that you sort of blend it a little bit so that it doesn't look stripy. Rinse my brush really well, come into the clean water. Then I'm going with a nice light blue. I've got cerulean blue, but cobalt blue would work as well. And then when you hit that mix, it won't go green. You'll get like a grey, and that works really nicely. So you can just blend that through. I'm going to drop down to my number 6. I'm going to take a little bit of the rose, pop it just in this palette here. Looks like there's been rose in there before. A little bit of ultramarine blue, any blue really, cobalt blue would work as well. So I'm making a purple. Then I want to just dull it back a little bit. So to do that, you take in a brown. So I have got here burnt sienna. I'm just going to take that in. That's going to make it a nice muted purple. Then what I can do is just whip in a few little wispy clouds. So this is with my number 6. There's not much water on the brush. I can do a little wiggle. Get a few wispy clouds coming through. Just adding a little bit of variety into the sky. I'm going to dry that one off. Okay, so that's nicely dry. I'm going to use that same purple, so I'm just going to make sure I've got plenty of it. So that was rose, ultramarine blue and burnt sienna. So I've got that nice mix there. Into this one, I'm going to use a mix of ultramarine blue, and burnt sienna. So this is going to make more of a grey. Just getting a nice mix of both in here. So I've got those two colours ready. Okay, so I'm going to come on with the cadmium yellow. I'm going to start to create a little bit of a distant land stroke mud flat. So that's going to come along here. I'm going to rinse that out and take a dab of that purple in. Purple is a great distance colour. So we're using the yellow as a base and then just dropping this in. So you're going to get a little bit of a glow in places. This is all with my round number 6. And then you can take some tiny bits of the dark in, but I don't want you to take too much in towards the back, because that's going to give us a bit more as we come forward. So I've just taken a few little bits in. Do the same here now. I'm going to create a little bit of a bank with a cadmium yellow. As long as you're moving quite quickly, you can come on to dry for little sections. This is what's quite nice about this beginner's series, is it's all nicely manageable for you. Give my brush a rinse, come into the purple. So the purple and the yellow together make a nice brown. It's your complementary colours. And then I rinse my brush off and I'm coming in with the dark. If you want green within these, you can add a bit of greenery as well. This is my nice dark coming in. So you can see that that's set that forward. Might be a tiny bit of greenery, so we'll just add a bit of the sap green in as well. And then I'm going to do another bank just here. There's a nice big sky and that lovely sunset. So a bit more of the purple. And then the dark. Just dabbing that in and letting it do its thing. See, you've got that sort of winding path that's happening now. That's working really nicely. But I'm going to extend this down a little bit more here. So it gives a bit more of a wind through. It's quite nice composition, little tricks. A few dabs of the green in again. A bit of greenery. Okay, I'm going to dry that one off. Okay, so that's nicely dry. So I'm back to my round number 10. And we're going to pop in some water now. So we're going to wet all the area that's left. Make sure it's nicely evenly coated, no dull bits. So coming in with my cadmium yellow first. And we're going to basically reflect the colour from the sky and then also reflect a little bit from the banks. We're going to similar process to the sky. So we're going to get the cadmium yellow in first. Rinse my brush off. Then I'm going to come in with a little bit of the rose. Try to keep a horizontal stroke. It helps to create a surface. I'm just dabbing off a little bit because I don't want it to flow too far and to lose all of the yellow. You'll see me dabbing off onto the kitchen towel, or maybe you won't because you can't see that bit, but I'm basically dabbing down here, or dabbing up here. That's better because you can see what I'm doing. And bring some of the blue in. Dab off. Bring a bit more of the rose in. You see I've got that lovely mirrored colour from the sky now. Just make sure I've got plenty of that purple. So I've got a little bit of the purple on my brush here, so I can just take in the clouds from the sky. You don't have to get an absolute mirror image, just a few wispy bits, and it tends to work as the same as the clouds anyway. It just adds a really nice effect. And then I'm going to swap down to my number 6. So I'm just going to take a bit of that purple just along the bottom of each of these banks. So I'm just reflecting the colour really into the water. It's quite nice to take it a little bit further. It gives it a bit of a misty feel. Nice and effective. I'm just going to take a tiny bit of the dark. I'm deliberating as I'm looking at it, thinking, do I want to take any dark in here? I think it'll just help set that off, but bring a little bit along that edge of the water. So that's a bit of that darker colour that we had on the bank. I'm not going to go into the ones at the back. I want to leave that nice and calm. Okay, I'm going to dry that one off. And then the last thing that I'm doing is I'm just coming in with a little bit of water on my round number 6. So this is nicely dry now. And just lifting out a couple of highlights. So keeping them nice and horizontal. You can just get those little extra bits of light. Which helps give a real sense of distance. From the foreground to the background. I'm going to do a little bit through here as well, because I think it just gives a surface to the water. You can do this with a flat brush as well. I would say that's my preferred way of doing it is with a flat brush. But because I only use these 3 brushes, I'm showing you how to create it with these brushes as well. So it's very subtle, but it's just giving a little bit of a highlight. Do one down here. Just make sure you're dabbing off with clean tissue. The highlight just makes it look, you get a surface on the water, that horizontal stroke. You could do it with a darker stroke, but I think it works better with a lighter stroke. So there we are, it's all finished. A nice sort of calm, peaceful, serene sunset feel. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please do like, subscribe and share. I'll pop a playlist here and another video here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.